Thank you. The amount of power I would come in. Okay. Make sure you get in deep enough so that way when you pull it in, she comes forward and in front. Okay. Is it good again? We'll make a mistake here, and then she just will. Yes, a little bit. Yeah, lay that on your resistance. Enter. As soon as she hits the ground, I'm still tethered to her ball, but I'm going into my next movement, so I want to catch this right here. This is really important. If this starts to get straight and you resist, don't start to fight it. Continue to move. Okay. So this is a simple, you guys already know. What I got you. Start to see the atemi. Okay. When you're striking with atemi, make sure you got a clenched fist and that the alignment is proper. That it's originating from here. Don't push, snap. It's in, heavy. Okay? And make sure you know where you're striking on the face. Don't come in blind. Okay? Somebody for a height, probably right on the foot and on the jaw. Really quick. Not a knockout. Good distraction. Don't come this way. On the way by, she can touch you so good. I'm going for the big throw. Okay? 1, 2. On the big throw, I need to separate. Control right here. She's still tethered to the ball. I'm into the next movement. Need control. Can't let her gain any control there while she's still moving. I need to catch it here. Make my steps minimal too. Small little starting steps, no big. Big slide. When you do the pen, if possible, make sure you get the hand blade catch here. Pull up. You see a lot of beginners when they start to pen, they'll put pressure going forward. That allows your chest to slide across the ground and get away from the paint. Okay? I need to hyperextend from inside. So I'm pushing here, separation, hyperextension, not in for paint. If you're pinning like this, you can just over it out. Okay?
That's it.
So what am I doing? Moving from here. Okay? Obviously the first rule is you gotta move from here. If I'm not there, she can't make the contact. Okay? So I go in. Or so speed, glide. Make sure you're, this is the other thing. I trust Eme that if I'm, if I'm trying to communicate with you guys, and she'll pull her punch. There's not that fear to generate that. You know what I'm saying? It makes a big difference. Big difference. So you gotta kind of cross that water a little bit. We all like each other, I think. So, well, right here actually. That's the other thing. I don't know anybody that'll punch you in the chin. How many times in high school you might go punch him in the chin? Punch him in the nose. This is your space. Right? Coming right in. Okay? Their momentum is coming this way. I'm turning circular. Pull the rest of the energy right out of the center. You have to have a solid base. You have to be able to, excuse me. You have to be able to, you have to be able to grip. Okay? Get that. Okay? It's really, really important. I see even my students when they're doing this, if they feel they're not controlling anything. This, right? So you have to try to develop that as well. Don't try to catch it. This, and this is all one. All one. One thing that we have on our side, as Aikidoists, is our sense of timing. It's bigger than regular strike. I want to get it here, okay? The space between, by the time she rears back, I'm already inside. We feel that. That's to our advantage, so make sure you're using your hips and don't stay here, okay? Off the line, turn. She can strike any side she wants. Okay? Figure today. Hey, you strike and you complete that strike, man, you fail. No, that's not fail. You want to complete their own strike. You actually want to accelerate towards their perceived target. So while I'm coming in, you should be off the line, assisting me to reach my goal. The only difference is you will be there. Okay. While I'm striking, you want to move in a way that you're going to pull me from the back of my neck. Right? So if I'm like this, no one's going to go, oh darn, I missed, then it's going to be, and then right back. So you're not going to have that moment where they're striking and they move it out there just for a millisecond. Okay? You're not getting the training in that you need that. So I at least try to work up to it. So the best I can say is help them, assist them in completing their goal. Just move off the way, take the seconds. Okay? Getting off the line, don't come back from the side. Straight up like you're raising swords. Pull it from back here. So this follows, right? Whatever you can get from the top of the spine, obviously. And then they start to step to get there. And then you're 20. Right? Wait, what is it? So same. So you go, and now we have an issue, right? Ways to solve. Your elbow is low enough in the wrist when you're trying to take the wrist away down, resistance. Keep the elbow low in the wrist, raise this up. Now from here, resist. And you can't get the rest of the way down, swivel. So when you get to, you always have to cover your hip. Either way you get it, whichever style you use to get it down at this point, you need to get a little, makes big difference. Okay? Shaking it up. Problem is we have to put out this time. Okay, relax your hip in. You try to move this way. There's no reason for her to go down. Unless, even from this point, go. Understand? Right. Rotation. In here. Okay. So, issue. She doesn't want to go down. So, bring it right up. What you want to do. And you can't waste too much time. As soon as you sense the, just release it and let it pop right up into your armpit. And then press. Pull it tight. She can sense straight up. It doesn't matter. Once I have this and this, pull tightly. Just hook it. It's my body. And then we go down. And maintain that pressure. If I release to finish a pin, that's collapse. I need to maintain the pressure as I move into a pin. Okay? Obviously, there are numerous straight breaks. Start those. And just a little bit. When I'm in this position here, I have her pinned down here, but I'm still pulling away. I'm not everything is going in towards her. Right? This is stabilized, but I'm actually pulling. Feel the difference? Just gives me a little bit of it's subtle, but it's about how we're feeling to the here. Lapse in the physical pressure being released is okay for them to deviate their hips. Okay, we can use the up and maintain. Everything's going this way. This feels right. Pulling apart, you're searching for what's in between. You got the answer. Makes sense? And I'm still just a little bit of lift. I'm not pulling your whole body up. It's like you grip a sword. Pressure goes to the tip here. This pulls towards the center, right? If I'm pulling, resist. If I'm pushing, and if I split it, something different. Okay. Just try. So your holding grip is it's supposed to actually come straight to the fingers. We used to have to do it easy. Our teacher would do it mercifully, very, very heavy. So that's pretty much what we're doing on the Aikido pin. Okay? So once I'm here, I don't care what you really want to do. You find yourself in any situation, whatever it is. You're here. Trying to get him down. Don't continue to do this. If this starts to happen, just drop. Don't stick around. Seriously, okay? But whether you're in this position or this position, irrelevant. It's from here to here. Moculus. From the hips. Right? And it's pulling what he has left, stabilizing. Okay? The physical and mental. So I need to take it away. It's not about strength, it's about technique. Right? Okay. If we got a push and pull thing going on, everything is tight, I might have to release a little bit of pressure to loosen him up, create an opening. So I might release and yet again. Right? But if I'm coming down, I start to sense the resistance, like with my jaw, getting it from here. Cross like a cut. A little bit of Joe, a little bit of sword. And I still have. Don't just, if I do that, then it gets hot. Right? So I need to maintain a little like that left front. Pull. Set myself in. Now I got him here. Turn. See what I'm saying? Let's try it again. Give a little bit of resistance on that ego pin. Don't just die on that, okay? If that were happening in real life, Bob would be rich. Dojo would be full. If I just get here and I do this, I'll get a little bit of a ding. When I bring my hips, feel the way it pulls you from your head. It's going to pull that feet right out of here, and that's why your head does that. It makes that loose. All right. Or maybe across the line to maybe the dark side. You would, because it kind of falls out of it. You're going into offense a little bit, okay? But your body is doing Aikido. So I'm observing this guy. There's already tension. You have to understand that if I'm here to buy a DVD player, you're walking by and hit the new eye out of nowhere, bang! Because I don't even know that guy. That doesn't even happen. You know, just walking around with ice stuff like actually, there is some W's doing that. People actually doing that. So you should be on guard anyway, right? Usually there's an argument and disagreement occurs. There's tension in the room. So I already basically know when you're about to be attacked. Just know. So I need to see if this guy's a righty or a lefty. Where's he favored? You know? Very easy. No one's going to come from here to here unless it's a very extreme situation. You should expect that. There's going to be an inhale. There's going to be a... That's what we're in. That's when we're like fire. Okay? People are running out and away. You're going in. That's what people enter. It's one of the greatest things about the art. So, it's coming to strike. Why should I even bother dealing with that if I maybe Chuck's a little too big for me? Okay? Step to the other side. You see where my hands are? Okay. I need to make sure that I move off the line well enough. And I'm in my own bowling alley lane. That's his lane, he paid for it. I'm bowling in my lane. If any part of my body is on, it's going to mess up the eye and lead me to advantage. I need to make sure that I'm here. Right? That's really important. So if you have Kokyu, that's basically, this is your space. If you're next to somebody else and it's compromised, advantage them. Okay? I don't want to miss the other thing. Don't gain advantage in your personal space with somebody by pushing them. Okay? Your space is compromised, you move yourself forward. You got me? Okay, let's go in and end. Okay. So the striker comes in. I'm coming to the back of the right here. It's nice and okay. This Makyo Toshi feeling, it's not Yukio, this is different. Now from here I'm coming like this. I'm going to grab the back of that tricep knee. Okay? So this is going to cut. I'm not going to pinch, I'm going to actually try to rip. Okay? Like this rope. You know, let's say there's a weight there, and I got a rope there, so slap and pull that rope tight and nudge that weight. That's the effect I want to have. Where do you get that skill from in Aikido? This. Catching the body, and this. Okay? So you guys already know how to do it. Don't think, this is if you were to go to a tactical seminar or whatever, or even the Aikido, even cops would be coming in going, I see it. We're Aikidoists. We're cleaner. We're more sophisticated. We have a better sense of these things. So as soon as I see him reach back to strike, position. By the time he reaches his heart in, that's his key. So at that point, okay. Now what happened there? I was fell on my ass, right? The big guy, and I need a lot of power to take him down. But why didn't I? Because I maintain that pressure of pulling the power like this. Okay? If I come in and I come back and I'm trying to pull with both hands and I let go, I'm going back. But if I maintain that, understand? When we get down, it's still, but I still got it. So I still got him here. I'm not back here, he's getting up. Oh, I still got it here. So you see the difference in the fucking truck? Understand? So even at this point, I got him trapped in. So what I'm doing here with him at the completion of a technique that's matter, this is where your pin starts. Not up here. It's going to be here. He tries to get out. If I try to come, he's big enough he can move me. Understand? But if I'm hyperextending, and do I look like I'm struggling? Alright? So it's not about anger, it's not about aggression, it's about bent and using what you already know.
Hi, Sensei.
You guys badass. You don't know it. Okay. So what I'm going for, Zenshinkan. Okay. Sword cup. Right here. Straight comes in. I'm turning. And then I'm pulling that flush back of the tricep, bottom of the bicep, tricep area. As soon as he's there, if you're doing it good enough, they should be right there, right straight down. Class. Okay. He's trying to take it personal. You might have some bruises. Okay. The big one. It's an excellent takedown. So you're all the way down. Yeah. I have to break. I have to help it on you. Striking. Is that? No problem. Did you get it? Keep going for this right here. This side. You get a lot of moving to the inside is how we're going to do that type of lunge. Except I'm not going for the arm. One, then body placement first, and then I can go clench and pull. Akio second time. Okay. One, body placement. Two, it's drop, clench the body. Just like taking a backwards roll. Then I take it this way. Somebody tall, say like a chuck or something. Okay. It's a little bit, you know. So I always just do it like this. Now, when you're coming in for a rib strike, you have to enter a little bit at an angle. Okay? You want to get the rib, the bottom rib. Okay? Make sure you like really turn the hips at the end. Don't come straight forward because you could have a bouncing effect. You need to get in and twist as if you were doing it. Okay? On the way up, you know, you can do anything up. It's the initial strike. Either side, see where I am now? I thought he was going to strike right, he struck left, but I'm still on my guardian. Okay? So I'm getting one, just move up. Two. See what I did there? Right. Reverse my Nage. Okay, actually, why don't we work on that? So we'll stick with the showman for now. You guys are comfortable with that. You guys strike forward and back. Backside showman. Okay, so you have your cut down Nage. Okay? This is one of our best techniques of self-defense in Aikido. You don't even need an attack. You can go in with a strike. If you go in to strike, say if you're cornered or something, you want to get out in this particular situation, or it's a multiple thing. Don't go in like this. Who's to say you cannot do the same thing? Understand? Come out. Don't push at the hand because the elbow can move up and enter. You get in elbow here. First movement, right? I'm sure you're quite too soon. Okay. Once you enter from behind, you're going to get him down. Everybody can do this well. Keep your hand on his shoulder. When he starts to get up, pull it to the back side. Keep grip on the opposite shoulder. You can basically get him. That's 100% that. Pull up. My body. This is an important part too. When he's in a position like this, and I'm trying to hook with my strength, not good. If I move my whole body, see the difference?
Nice.
Okay? Everyone here is at least 100 or over. So actually, let's go back to that. So, strike showman. pose. Every dojo in America, Aikido does this, yeah? And pull with the opposite shoulder. Don't pull towards you. You move yourself and then pull. The other one, pull. So his arm's not there now. He tries to get up like this. If I'm trying to pull him, this is not going to work. I need to move my whole body in towards the hip. Don't try to crank. What happens? He tries to escape. Hug. It's different, okay? Continue to hug. Right? Just get out. Okay? Same thing on me. If you get a wiry guy like myself, wiry, and you're doing the pin incorrectly, I can just literally that fast. When things are tense, and that guy's crazy or whoever attacks you, you manage to get them on the ground. They're gonna move quick. Right. Things are gonna be hot. You understand? Right. Everything's going to be adrenaline flow. That guy, he's going to get out of there. We don't maintain control. And this is a bad position to be in when he's on the way up to kick you. Okay? So when we're like this, I get him down, he's going to hit however he wants to get up. I don't want to start to grab him with the hands. Okay? We're going to get my hands in a position, we'll move my center to the hip, full body. Okay? Then don't try to crank it, just relax. Use your body weight, hyperextend. So this is all skills that you guys already got. It's just your perspective on it. You're not being aggressive, you're just being smart. Using what you already know. Here, it's almost everything. So, yeah. 1, 2, opposite shoulder, but keep a grab with the left hand. Come back. Just get the gear wherever it is. Don't try to pull. Say if I pull strength, you resist. You need to move and move it. On your enter, you get them down and grab the tops of the shoulder. If I pull him this one and he unravels too quickly, he could fall on top and maybe both go back. Because of the way it's set up, it's like pulling a string off that schoolyard top. When we move to the top of the head, just continue to move back. Eventually that will keep the line and continue to move here. Okay? His hand is actually not in position for me to take. Okay? So if he stays there, if he stays there, it's great. Tries to get up, so I'm going to move this way. That's all. Okay? Take a fight. How do you think yourself today? Strike. Hey! What do you think I was saying? Stop. It's in a bowing kind of mode. Wow. Tell you, Sensei. Opposite, maintain. Okay, so he tries to get up. Right there. When you see the hand, you can step or kneel. And then just get in like this. Okay?
Right.
Just an alternative. Right? Now here's the other situation. So if the arm is up, say he's not going to push himself up, he's going to roll away. Now, as soon as you get them on the ground, you gotta go right into the pin. You can't stop, right? So, yeah, don't do that. Like an alternative. The arm's up here. Because he's not gonna give you that. You're gonna go for the other arm. Okay? Now, this is a practical, like cupping technique. Please, like that. So first I want to secure this as I reach over. Don't do something stupid like this. The elbow will eventually fly up. So I'm coming over, just body weight, and I'm actually getting just a subtle pressure point. Can you feel it?
I see it.
Like the foremost point of my palm of my hand. It's mostly flesh, but if he pushes up against it, I'm trying to get that pressure point just in there. So just to let you know, there is one there. I'll show you guys it. Right there. And that's just see, I don't think about doing it, it's forced to have it, right? This is what I'm talking about your perspective. Doesn't mean every time you do a pin, you're like putting pain into your uke, but I know where it is. And it's there. I don't even think about it. It's only if he tries to contest with it that I'll. So it's about your perspective. I can't pull straight up. He's too strong. But what I can do, right? See my position in my hands? Heavy hand. So I break that like this. Straight. Now I have it. So even if he tries to fight it, and then I use my muscles, this is not what I want. So he's already gaining advantage. So once I get to here, what I want to do is just move my body to a superior position. Okay? If this is an issue, then just make it a non-issue. See what I'm doing there? Right? I'm not here. Grab a finger. All right. I'll come around and help you guys with that. That's a possible situation. Right? Yeah. So grab more towards here. You're going to get a better chance of swinging this down towards his head. Drop your whole body. Now lean back. Put it into your weight. Try to get there. The other hand. Same thing. As you get closer, when you secure this hand reaches all the way in and grab. So whatever you can hit on your finger. Secure it here. This hand reaches this now.
Grab the fingers with the other hand.
Yeah, it's. I attack. Okay. Any side. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Alright. See where I am right here? He's a little bit up, and I'm gonna try to force you to pull me on. I don't want to muscle. He's gonna pull my arm in and try to trap.
Hey.
I don't want it chunks too big. But flatten myself out.
Hey.
I can't back up.
Hey.
This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. That's not good for me.
Hey.
Don't try to fight it. Use my body. This is way strong. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do, but it's a good point. I'll give you 10 pounds. Just to give you a point. If you can, if it's not straight, this is fine. But if he's not straight, then I'm talking offensive. Whatever it may be. Okay? The old videos of Go Sensei would be, and then they would come up with technique, right? Say something similar. Okay? And look at where I am. The timing of my breath and what I actually do my cut is really important. If you show your cards too early, you get what I'm saying? So you're still leading energy even on the attack. Interesting thing. Something that we train for in like other parts, maybe not so much. I don't want to get too close, but I can't. One hand on one high. Continue to move my body. Now I'm ready to cut. Uregurami. This is not so much good for the either. Right? Right. So, uregurami, and I'm not going to teach you how to do uregurami, but for somebody small like me, somebody big, it's more outward. Okay? Like you have a ball on a string and you spin it. Right? Okay, so on my ender, here, when I cut, I don't want to bring it. Especially if it falls. And you understand that can happen really easy. Somebody doesn't know. This is actual real life experience. This happened. Okay? Except I didn't. I stay outward. See the stretch? Stay there. I'm actually here. Just gonna deal with that. Hey. See the way it goes out? That's what you want. If I need to come up behind you, sit. Okay. first time I thought of this, I was actually in full white. We were at a nighttime place. The guy was just, he was a parking lot guy, and he just started with the mouth, and it just got really, really bad. Anybody else probably would have, like parking lot tricks, anybody else would have punched this guy in the face. I was appalled. He just, for whatever reason, just had his hair brushed as well. And I really wanted to, you know, and he's standing like that, like this, okay? And all I saw was this. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to do, and you can do it very easily. Ski. Right? So you already do that, right? You already do it, except my atemi is right here. That's all. And then I Senkan. Now I just subordinate. So you guys already know too. The only difference is perspective. Okay? You're not. It's not that you're not being Aikido. You're just doing what the universe is serving up. It's just a matter of whether or not you're going to do it. Don't look back and say I should have quit it. Especially if that guy ended up attacking and you get yourself banged up. You know? If there's no fight there, you walk away like I did with Paul. You know? I still would love to go back there and but you did the right thing. Okay? You get what I'm saying? So this is a big thing to practice, not only technique-wise, but your mental posture. You know, your mental mind, your ability to control it when you need it. Not because you're tethered to something that isn't you, because how can it still, if you want to, you need to, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you're responsible for yourself. It is what it is. Got me?
Right.
Hey, give it to me. With this exhale, touch it. So, fly it. You gotta throw him and give him another guy. Meaning coming in, okay? Random scenario. Using our unique time I'm not striking. I'm using the whipping motion. Understand? Yeah, before you know. It's not randori. This is like me initiating with two guys in a bar or whatever. Okay? So this first strike, I'm just making this up on the spot, so bear with me. Utilizing your unique time coming up underneath the jaw. Bang. Back this. Okay, if I don't make it, his hand comes up, and I go right into Ikkyo. He's coming at me, I'm like, give me a crack. You understand what I'm saying? And if I see him come in, I get out of there if I can. You know? In this position, maybe take Chuck, put his head into his buddy. Okay? Right. My initial entry with a Rimi Tenkan fist. Okay? 2 strikes. Say you're slow on the draw. So, Rimi bang. Get the hell out of dodge. Or it's on. It's up to you. Right. There's a Rimi Tenkan. 2 quick strikes. Understand? Someone's burning rubber. Okay, so let's say I got one guy, and I want to use an Rimi Tenkan technique. Rimi Tenkan. Okay? You already know how to do it. When you're using a temi in your normal everyday practice, in your mind, always anticipate contact. Okay? Try not to be this person, if you can. I mean, enjoy your training. You know what I'm saying? Don't do this. Look at my wrist. I don't even know where I'm hitting it. If I actually made contact, I would hurt myself. You see that all too often. Isn't clenched enough. You got me? Right. To incorporate this into your training, size, height, weight, potential, demeanor, okay? I'm going to come into the chin, the palm, make sure I'm accurate too. You know, and before I go into, I'm going to anticipate what if I need to do something else. Say if he starts to break off, one, you know, I'm still in that position. If he were starting to get up, and I move back. I use my Rimi Nage skill to do this. You start to bring them down, how about I bring them into my knee? Hey, and then I'll do this one, and on the way down, I'll just head straight down. It's there. Right. Do you see it?
Hey!
Not much of an effort. It's perspective. We can do all this stuff. There's a reason that I wanted this seminar to be for Aikido only. First of all, other people can't do it. You're third, fourth, fifth on in tempo. I used to train with a guy who was really good. And when I was teaching that year, I had a satellite dojo in this place, and he and him used to teeter around. It's lost. He's an excellent striker, not a guy I want to fight. I want to fight on, big guy. But when it came to big compute, it's like, well, I do almost everything that everyone else does. You don't see it. It's there. You know what I mean? You have power to strike. You just don't know it. Those moves. You can do this. You're catching and controlling your center. Okay. Somebody like Chuck size is the same thing. Right. All my power. Knock in the air. Arms come up. You know, it's you know. You can be imaginative. Ukemi is an incredible skill. There's so much to tap in there, what you know, what you're capable of. We're martial artists, but we're sophisticated martial artists in our own right, not better than anybody else. We do what we do. We're Aikido. It's difficult. It's an exotic martial art. It's longer to learn. Okay? But we don't fall. We catch the body. We don't submit the techniques. We become the techniques. We're very intimate with the dynamics of the human body, the geometry, the distancing, especially if you're doing lots of weapons. We understand how to use our body's potential for strength and power rather than improve competitive type strength. You know what I mean? If you think about it, you set your mind to the task. You discover especially pressure points. Okay? You don't have to do them, train that way in class, but if your mind is of that, concern, you'll see it everywhere. I don't train this way with my students on a daily basis, but yet I'm able to pull it out whenever I need to. I didn't come here to plan. It's not a rehearsed seminar. It's not something that I got in the pocket that I bring out. Me and Sensei Karen said I've been thinking about it a lot and I've never done one. I'd really like to share some of my thoughts on the subject. I've done some stuff with Paul the Graphic, which if you want, we can do it. Please, graphic work, okay? But your martial intellect is understanding what you're capable of. We're really capable of so much more, that really, it's the criticism we get is not deserved. They just don't see it. What I'm really trying to say is don't believe it. You know what I mean? Believe in your efforts. It's there. But don't sacrifice the area in which you train because you can't understand it unless you train the way you train, for which you can get criticized for what you say. I don't gain these skills without going the big, beautiful dancing around. You just won't see it. The timing of the distance just won't be there. How you push your center, it just won't happen. Beautiful as Kenny. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it is. It's awesome. Right? Thanks, guys. Alright, so we'll just get one thing out of the way. We were talking about at lunch, any strengths. So, coming underneath first, I'll share one thing. It's sidestepping any strike is obviously very effective. It's what you want to do once you get there, okay? So, from here, you got to be able to catch it before she pulls back. So, there's got to be a certain degree of, catching it, so to speak, okay? Try to avoid this type of thing. Snatching a hand right there. It's kind of asking a little too much. So the more you can get in this way, it's really effort and see how far in she is. By the time I start to turn, if she starts to pull back straight, it's just going to cause something. There's usually a sense of entering. Okay? say ski foot or gaishi, a lot of people grab it right there. You get that free pocket, you know where it's going to be. So you want to try to avoid that. I always try to get in behind while I grab, so I put more stock into entering rather than snatching out of the air. Anyhow, moving this way, when you're going to do this basic like a uchi movement going underneath, if you get a strike and I'm coming underneath this way, what's the stopper from continuing to come forward at me? All right? And this is something you can do as you reach for a compass. Okay, side step. I'm going underneath. Why can't you grab it back in my head? Just to stop her from doing that. Okay? Well, something we can do for that. So once I make my first connection, I'm going to keep everything moving. When I drop this, I want to give a slight tug. Okay, so she's going one way, I'm going to slip the back side. So she doesn't get to see, this. So I want to get it in motion. It has a little bit to do with maybe this skill that we started off with. All I want to do is just kind of sidestep and get underneath as quickly as I can. But I don't want to do this type of thing. It's too much in the front. So you want to get into that blind side. When I do the cut, I'm actually going to bring her towards me. And I'm going to, see what I'm doing there? Creating a little bit of an outward circular dynamic. To keep her preoccupied. A little shove. And it shouldn't be that much, okay, because you're getting it on the blend when the attack is already coming in. It's that you're on the out the whole time. There's no stoppage. Anyway, get into the technique we were talking about. So, here I am at Sankyo. This first hand, I always say knuckle on the buckle. So where you buckle the watches, make sure that finger lies there. The rest of the fingers can come down. Don't worry so much about twisting here. It really doesn't do much but cause pain and bad reaction, which gets you this. Alright? This is just grabbing, no twisting and pressure. This is really where your Sankyo is going to come from. It's grabbing those fingers and really crunching. See the reaction? I'm not doing anything, I'm just, that's it. Okay? So this is a good technique to get to and easy to get to. Don't spend too much time hanging out there though. When I cut, I'm just going to pull just forward a little bit as I slip it. Right here, I'm going to grab, move straight up, pull that right in. When you cut, this is the back of her neck. I'm going to bring this down. From here, I'm just going to come right up. This is so, I'm following it doing this in the arm there. A nice big swooping motion. It's crazy. And this is the one that so be careful with this. One, it's going to release like this. From here, release, turn. On the pins that hurts. So instead of hand motion, who uses it? That's a yeah. Step in. I can still control it, but move it up on the wrong side. That's all. I want to do that, almost that same push thing, right? Where this is going to turn and extend over here. So it just gets that. So at least when I enter, I get to give my back foot comes down. So it's just. Okay, so throws. One throw, is a typical Aikido throw. It's nice, big, and beautiful. You do it nice this way, then you take a nice roll, and there's a way where you're going to sure that they crash. That's just the way to say it, okay? Your intent is to use the ground as a weapon against them. Right? Okay. And that's actually really easy to do. You just start out if you're grabbing somebody from here, okay? Now, when we do a forward roll, the more I see, it's about the geometry of your body. And the way it works on, when we catch ourselves here, when we turn to align this shoulder right across the back to that hip, it makes a straight line. So I'm not going straight forward, head over heel, but I'm just making that line. Right? That's why it looks so beautiful. When you throw somebody, you should try to actually get them into that alignment. Because when you don't, two things are happening. You're either in front of them, and they're too close away to come on top of you. It's more like this. It's about more of a distance. So you're grabbing somebody. Not so much, right? But the more it's aligning their own body, doing the kind of vertical kind of thing is the way I'm turning this core, where I'm cutting. So taking from here, I need to get him to cross his front and then cut it this way. Okay? Whereas I gotta get out of the way. In my lane, he needs to stay in his lane. And that's a distancing thing. So it's a matter of attacking, detacking hook. Okay? So they grab it. Okay? I can't stop from here. Okay? This is so I'm separating. It's going to go back and make a nice step. Okay? You can reach over to strike. Reach under to strike. Still have hook here. Either hand. Come in, and it's free fall in my center, but I'm going to catch it just like I would a Kemi. Now, this is to help, we take nice break falls with each other. Or there's the one where you just basically grab and hold them just for a second. Like on the street. It's a crash. You see what I'm getting at? We have enough control to throw ourselves and learn that geometry to affect somebody else's body with that knowledge. And we have the control to either throw them or crash them. Get one coming out? Okay? So if you get a little buckled up, don't be too abrasive with it, But the geometry from it, really simple. It has to do with your 45-degree angles, just like we have it already. 45 degrees. You guys are 45 degrees. Half a window, basically, right? 8 directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 90 degrees. And you have your 45 degrees. You have to understand those. And according to where I am, where it is T, shoulders, hips. Okay? You need to come forward or backward. And then I need to step off the line and then cut. Right? So whatever it is I'm in charge or whatever somebody's coming at or whatever this may be, I grab it. It's kind of doing the same thing. You can do the tuck over, hang on my step. Tuck over, step, and then cut. Just like that. So without the arm comes from the shoulder. It's pretty much the same thing. We get in with a strike. So you notice if I go in for a strike or anything like this, I'm just not going to do this and stay open. I'm going to kind of move off to the side instead of just putting something here. You know what I mean? I'm also out of field of that. that comes from my football knowledge. You have really good Darrell Reeves, take away half the field. Not worried about that. If he comes around, obviously you just want to move with it, right? So, again, you walk here. Don't engage one time, because you will end up with just that mess engagement. Okay? And if you can engage, get out of there quick. 1, 2. Okay? Same thing as the real authority. You guys do this to make sure. Okay. Turn. The only difference this way is I'm grabbing him. Hi. Hi. Let's try. The main hand is when it crosses, drops down. See his body? From there is when I pivot, and then the rest is just, that's the geometry. You gotta do that. If I grab him and I'm trying to just throw him, and that's all we're getting, okay? This is down, and the rest is circular motion of my hips. So if you're still like this, it's not the shoulder. Sorry if you grab it here, it's just the nature of it. And I had garlic, which I'm sure is affecting. This hand, close up, has to cut. Okay? Don't pull high. I'm going to drop it into my center. When I turn his core, that's what I need to get. Right? Close to the touch. Anybody do a loose touch? It's a sword thing. You cross the line. This is a good stretch to do Aikido. They should have a place of walking for it. Really should. We do it more in technique than we give our, than I think we really realize when we practice it more. I'm pretty flexible, so those of us who are, we're doing it and we don't even realize it. But it's so much, it's just as important as any other movement. So if this needs to drop in, don't pull, center drop, right? So grabbing, and this cut right here, and the rest is pivot. My arms are actually kind of in. It's my body doing this row. Making the body move by angle, and then just nudging with the momentum. If I hold on, the center goes over. If I let go, it crashes. Simple as that, right? So this has to come in. Got it? Right.
Like another 10 degrees.
Me too.
Stops himself. Hi! So what if this guy stops himself? He doesn't want me to throw him. But I'm on my angle, right? So I come back, he comes up and stops himself. What do I do? So instead of going wide, why not just go small? So I can cut this slow. And then from this point on, you're mounting. You're raining. Yeah. So I actually, if he's flat on his back, it gives him a little bit more advantage. I like this position better. And that's the one I'm seeing here. Alright, because I'm just going to bunch this up. Now I've kind of taken away a little bit of that arm. Okay? I'm going to actually, this arm here, alright? Traditional MMA mounting, I'm not sure if that's against the rules or whatever. You gotta remember, I'm not criticizing what those guys do, but there's a list of 30 and more rules. A lot of what we're doing, you cannot do. Just us. Things of this nature, you can't do it there. Okay? It's a mano a mano, and you get points for not being aggressive enough, boxing, punching, kicking. Okay? But it's. When I first started, we were like all turned on to like the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, those 30, 45-minute-an-hour matches. That's different too. You gotta understand. I got into a fight in the bar last night, 45-minute long fight. Nobody jumped in, the cops took their time. So you can see what I'm getting at, okay? And again, I'm not trying to make fun of it, but I am just from perspective sake, okay? I probably wouldn't want to get into a fight with a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy who's very, very well skilled, okay? But I kind of feel like the same notion, he shouldn't want to tangle with me. It's just I'm not trying to be egotistic here, but I'm just saying, we got our secrets. It's just what it is. Anyhow, back to this part. So, as soon as I sense the resistance, I'm just going to let my body drop straight in. Okay? And if I wanted to continue the attack for whatever reason, his arms being in the position that I see that they're in, as soon as I come around, I'm going to try to take advantage of that. I like him more on the side right now, because that's what he's doing. See what I'm saying? Right? So, we're not, as Aikidoists, we're not going to, continue to bash somebody, but in that position, understanding where on the face you're going to strike, what type of hand blade, hand palm, type of punch place, that's important to know. It's not a good thing to get there and be like, whatever. And during your day-to-day training, you already have that somewhere calculated, prepared. Okay? We don't strike a lot with our knuckles at all, so I recommend good hand blade palm technique. Okay? Light points, the jaw, okay? Back of the ear, temple, the side of the nose, front of the nose, the most obvious things. Right? Do what you have to do, get out of there, okay? Mounting people is very easy because we can get people on the ground very easy, okay? It's just a matter of how agile you are. I'm not going to get too much into the offensive side of it, okay? Let's just say, for whatever instance, there's 3 degrees of Kotegaeshi, okay? We have the big hammer, where it's not so much wrist turn pain joint manipulation, it's more how much extension is out to the point where, that's just the way it's designed. That's the most outer side of your doing your Kotegaeshi. The second one is if you're in close, and this is the most dangerous one because they can fall on you side, you can still reach me, grab a piece of clothing on the way down. That's the dangerous one. If you're quick enough, then that's fine, okay? The detention Segal dojo, they do it and then they turn this way. And it's really effective, but they're very quick at it. They train very diligent in that particular Kotegaeshi. And it invites a break fall, and that's the other thing. No one does break falls on the streets. So you have to keep that in mind. One is most power, then you have the mid-range. There's so many different ways to do the mid-range. If you're going to do it right off the bat, and I'm going to teach it to somebody right off the bat, you're standing here, how many people don't go anywhere until you can't? You know what I'm saying? You can actually, don't even need to go anywhere. Let's take my... I don't have to go down. It's just like I can reach and so you're gonna get that reaction, I tried it on people. So getting this way, see the light right there? And then again back at this stance. Okay, nice solid base. Right? See where this is in front of me? This is the hands thing is really important too with the grasping that you were talking about. I'm just going to say really closely about that. But we do a long style weapons. We're taught to cut all the way through. Toyota Sensei Carvalho, stop the shonen. Okay, both Samuri serve their purpose. The Iwama is a very light, semi-light grip, and on the way down, it's a tight clinch. And over time, you start to develop those quick. It's just one day it's there. It's really happening. So you get that inhale, exhale. Sabori. Gripping hands. I'm doing Sabori. So anyhow, the mid-range. Okay, mid-range Kotegaeshi. the close one is the folding litigation. Okay? You have to determine which one you're going to do based on the situation. Okay? Litigation is everybody's favorite technique. It's the one every beginner picks up the quickest and does with all that fun training each other to break falls. But just to keep a tactical perspective on it, it's either drawing from the hara to get them down, right? Or the mid-range, right? I just like getting that in. Okay, as they go. Okay. And if they're not going, this is that I want them to come over and not cave in so they can get in. Okay? And then of course you have the close where you're folding in, fingers into the foot. This is your mount. Okay? You want to open them up. Understand? We're just, we're going to do it. And I go one end of the last second, we'll catch this one here. Okay? One thing is easy for you to do. You should do the same kind of thing. And it's just watch it a few times. So right on top. Not open, but that's here, this is here. Understand? Control, control, control. Not, this guy's too big for me to do that. You can throw me off it. You get what I'm saying? So, I'm just going through a couple. That's the other thing. Him getting me down. Okay? So, and this is, I hear people talking about what they saw on television. Okay, so, the people who are more apt to fight, let's say, the pedestrian, okay, are going to do what they're seeing, okay? And nowadays it's getting to the ground, right? It's amazing how everybody knows how to do the arm lock thing. Can they see that? This is what it is. So there are two stages breaking it down. Okay? Yeah, almost. Okay? So if he comes low, why don't I just, okay, this is a good situation. Comes low, getting out of the way. It's obviously your first one. And what are you seeing when I move out of the way? It's coming low. Right? Obvious. Again, a lot of times you see that knockout with the boot in the face too. I've seen that too on television. That's obvious too. Just really getting out of there. It's a bad situation. And why? Where's his hand? Where's my pinky? Okay. They have pressure point right there. Move it away. Not feel. The second one is when they come in and come down and he gets them. Okay. Now, the guys are taught, some guys like to go to the ground, so they'll let them take that's their game. Some guys are taught to stiffen and try to fight it. Okay? If they're getting you and they hit you at the right spot, you're going to commit to that. Okay? And then he's going to come up to them. Okay? And this is where the rain comes. This is the problem. So this is the what you usually see. Right? You make these hammer fists to the side of the head and whatnot. Okay? So what I don't think I would do that honestly from an Aikido perspective. Alright? So if he's coming down, I'm just gonna extend. Extend. See what I'm saying? Okay? Until I make a connection. So, see what this is right here? You alright? So again, yeah. So on the first one, he's coming in. I'm on the center. When the strike is coming from the side, you can't reach out, and then this one's, you know what I mean? Don't try to block each individual one. Just keep your basic extension. If it comes to the inside, see what I'm saying? Okay? So if you're good at a couple of is, first of all, there's always the okay, which is an explosion of your ki. Okay, where I'm gonna relax everything and let his weight kind of sink in. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna explode off my hips. Okay, pushing from my belly. Okay, if they mount you correctly, they should be right above your hips, so their center of gravity is above yours, which is actually a little bit to your bench. Now, if I can get that, then what I do is, as soon as I'm mounted, I'm going to come up. If he has something, I'm going to do the, there it is again, the hand clasp. And at the same time, it's a quick explosion of ki. Okay, let's take it. An explosion of ki is very, very strong, but if see what I'm saying? It's the same thing as catching your center. You just relax, tight, relax, tight. That's all that is. See that? Strong. Quick little jolting explosions of ki creates awareness at this point, right? What goes up is come down for a minute, and then gravity, right? You want to sneak in to that very point in the dynamic where they're at their weakness, okay? So the timing has to play in. Alright? This is something you can practice. Like the other one, and they spend a lot of time down here from this line position, is when they're striking down. As soon as you get one to connect, just let it come past the front but not at you because you're extended, and then there you got it. Get it? Straight comes in. There you go. There's a lot of things to do with it. If you want to grab the elbow and bring it into you, now just twist like a snake. And lean the ball towards you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that movement is actually like that from the yoga movement. It's something we all know, right? Okay? Now, the issue I used to have with the yoga thing, I'm trying to make this a short response, okay, is that a lot of dojos try yoga differently. And when we were initially taught, here's position one, and Toyota Sensei would go for certain techniques like Pikanage, whatever, and after that, you just get in and then get out. The problem with that is some dojos will do this different type of, okay? So what happens is they still get hit in the back of the head. When two things happen, not enough enter, not enough pull. So you got to do one way that counters all of them. Okay? And it's kind of this shield method that I used to take seminars and just work on everybody all the time. Okay? Because I get tired of smoking. When we do it this way, so you have to technically. When I started getting into that, I started saying there's something fundamentally wrong with what I'm doing. I'm going to do exactly what my teacher tells me to do. Because there's something he's trying to teach me. But in the greater scheme of things, I needed to, you know what I mean? Get something going here that works. Alright? The most important part is the extension. Okay? And enter. The other part is the moment that connection is made, its energy is coming in. As soon as it touches, I have to let all that energy transfer through my center down to my big toe. And I take, that's how I get behind it. So, the more comfortable I used to get with that, then this other hand started to come in. I used to see a Steve Seagal video doing this movement. So he was blocking the strike, getting in. I became very fond of that movement. It felt very natural to me. So what I started to do is incorporate it into the strike, where I was converging with it. So not only could I get by, but I could take him with me. See what I'm saying? So the get it to one side. See how easy it is? Where he is now is one way. Where the elbow is, I don't pull it. I just pin it into my belly. And then from there, I just turn like a snake. Of course, I'm not manipulating the wrist on that.
Let's see. Breaking the rules.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So we got two right off the bat. They're raining. One, plug it in. No, I don't even need to grasp the wrist. All I need is to put pressure on that one, and then just move in. And that's pretty much that. So it's really not that hard. If you think about what it is you already know. So if you guys ever get mounted, it's not like I've never trained for this. Just express yourself. You already know a lot. You know what I'm saying? So if you're uncomfortable doing the mounting thing, I understand. It's not a big deal. Okay? Just make sure that you're kind of on their belly. They're happy. Okay? There's two. Explosive key. Before you explode off, you have to reach up and grab people's side. And then you gotta move your whole body. You can't just pull. It's all about extension. Once they're up, there's a free fall. That's the moment you cut. And then from there, it's whatever you need to do to get on. The second one, you're raining down. Just turn again. Pull into your body, forward into the wrist, snake over. There's two techniques right there, okay? Good.
Hey, thank you, Sensei.
That's a preferred position.
They're like, that's part of their game. They want that position. That's why they'll invite the, when you charge me, they'll let you take me down. So not this way. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Now, I don't prefer that because that's now they're adding to it. I'd rather Worcester and then so I can receive something.
Turns out a lot.
That's just the light mode. If we train that way, you know, it's just another way of going to all this stuff.
Thank you. Alright, one more. Right. That okay? Yeah. I went right over.
Let me try the last one.
Which was the
Arm snake. The snake.
arm twisting snake.
You have that straight, right? You're trying to make sure that
Does that work? That works. You do?
So, Shiro Kumitori. This, Shiro Kumitori. This is an awesome thing in Aikido. I love the Shiro techniques, right? Not a very practical attack, correct? But what are we developing as Aikidoists? Where is start here? Okay. The closest thing you might see is somebody approaching you from the side, maybe. Right? Now, here's the thing with doing that incorrectly. I'm mixing this rear. If I'm doing either, this, or I'm trying, no one's gonna grab your hands. Right? I know that. You might get this. Okay? If you're doing this technique incorrectly, and there's nothing to grab onto here, so let go of that second one, and I'm keeping it out here, what's the next thing? Just gonna come up. That's a bad thing. So you don't ever want to invite. But we do have that extending to the rear kind of thing. Okay. It's a good thing to have as Aikidoists. We do the kata, shimi, do a lot of those, right? The issue I take with that particular thing is that we're allowing this to happen, and somehow we always miraculously break free. It's never really a choke. Okay, so it's good training, I get it, but the choke is never going on. All right. So here we go. So you come in for a choke. This is the first thing I'm going to do. See what I'm saying? I'm not letting them in. It's just the bottom line. by doing this, I got two things going on. First of all, I'm tucking my chin. I'm not giving him access to my neck. The second thing is my shoulder is bearing up on that forearm. See it?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's also a pressure point on his wrist. Can you feel it?
Right.
Digging in with my chin. Just like here. Okay, so I get this advantage. Right? It's almost the same thing as so I can't, but if I extend and release, see this extend and release, extend, drop. So what I'm doing is I'm making him, it's bigger, but when I release quickly, he's got to catch up to me relaxing. See what I'm saying? I use that relaxed part as space to get out. You know, if he wants to push the issue, drive my head right up into his chin before he gets a second. See what I'm saying? Leveraging against the arm with my chin. The chances of somebody coming up and choking you is going to happen two ways. You're wrestling with somebody, and maybe just to get behind me quick, or I mess up right here, or whatever, and he gets it in. Okay? At all costs, do not let it happen. The second thing is you get bumped. I'm saying maybe too tough. There's 1,000 ways for it to happen, but I'll say too tough ways. Might happen to me. I'm at my car to put keys in. He's really quiet. He comes up and slips it. This is bad. Let's deal with that first. So he's got it. What do? This is a good. He's actually got this arm controlled. I can't really use it. Maybe to gouge an eye. He's ducking his head to this side. It's even better for him. Okay? There are two things I'm going to do. Take the deepest breath I can. And now you've probably got one shot at this, okay? And I'm going to try to make my body bigger by extending my back into his. You gotta do this all at once. And ducking my chin and lifting my shoulder all at once. If I can get access to an ear, it's mine. It's going home with me. Both of them. Okay? It's like the first thing I go for. If somebody comes up to you like that, that's what you got. 3 pounds of pressure at the right angle is terrible. Most books say that. I've tried to investigate. No personal experience? No, not yet. 19 young. Let's test Sensei out later. We're drinking beer. What happened? Scratched my ear off. Okay, so that's just based off what I come up with in the dojo. If somebody's trained at it, it's 50, not even that. You gotta start gouging. A dangerous thing is trying to flip them and then maintain a grip, break their own neck. Try to flip them, and your head goes with body space. That's a good idea. So it's about awareness and being explosive. You know what I'm saying? So if I feel like I broke the choke, then I'm going to try to maintain it. Maybe grab for a finger. You know what I mean? And just maintain this flow. See how I'm making myself bigger inside your arms?
Right.
Right. Finger. Back to that other finger. Just a second. All right.
Thank you, Sensei.
Right. So it's just something to experiment with, but don't be competitive about it. But really, a couple times, try it on. Ask somebody you trust to train with, set a choke. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, any of these. Okay. So, try to get up. And we go through the one that we know the most. Let me get it. Is right. This is one we all do from kids in high school. Right. Okay. When you're choking, is very good. You really need to make sure you're back here. Or this. Don't go apart. Okay? And you gotta feel it like a snake. Not just concentrate on the neck part, because when that does it creates space between his body. I need to make a connection every the other way is there's just a lot of ways to go on. You can use the collars to choke them. I can take straight stroke. this is a good one. Really good tactical choke. From a straight punch. One. You just really let it fly. Okay. Other side. Getting my arm, my shoulder in the armpit to the point where I can nudge it. Don't start to reach up like this. They'll get scared and run away. Right? One. It's sink it in. Snake it. Okay. This is the ways things you can play with. They'll come in handy one day. And it'll also give you a broader sense of where you're going on your perspective. Your training. You get it? Okay. Okay. So he's come around and try to grab me from behind with a choke. As soon as I sense it, I'm making myself a little bit bigger. Okay? So, okay? Come on, Rich. If I go like this, again. So just practice, just practice. Another thing to do is to work on the barroom headlock. This is tough too. Okay, that could slip into a choke or if you're swinging on the arm. The only thing you can do is if you can. Sometimes I've been in a situation before where I couldn't slip it up, and the problem was I wasn't making myself bigger. I was actually helping him. So what I do, see my shoulders? See what I did? Pushing, and then I can just get right out. And to this day, I can get out of everybody's headlock. So what you don't want to do is contest, make yourself bigger. One thing we do with Aikido is we learn to small people make themselves big, and big people learn to make themselves small by doing these Uchi type techniques. Right? Sure. In this sense, okay? These big people, you guys make yourself small. You're training the smaller guys, so you're controlling your ki. Sankyo, the traditional way of doing it, you get into Ikkyo. If I come down like this, like you can get up, right? Okay. So I need to fill the space. I need to make myself feel big. So that makes me feel a little bigger in there. You can do all this stuff. I just don't know which one we're going to do right now. I'm trying to think. I'm putting information out there. A little bit of time left. So let's work on the choke thing. It's practical. As soon as you sense it, see what I'm doing with my shoulders? And I'm tucking my chin in, okay? You can start to feel you got certain. Any technique you want, but you can get out, okay? Make yourself big. This, as opposed to this, is difficult to choke. He's got all this, but it makes clean neck nice and easy. Change that, okay? So what you want to do is work on that reflexively, right? One other thing, sometimes I catch it here. Catch your hand. You see it come in. See how I catch it before? It's almost like I'm pinching his arm in between my neck. You can try that as well. You gotta get, not mean, but potential for mean. You don't want to mess with mean. You don't want to mess with anger. It's too imbalancing. You just need to get the job done, okay? Let's try. Okay, so let's say somebody chucks up the dukes. Now you got like, okay, what does he know, what doesn't he know? It's tough to tell nowadays, you know. The guy puts up his, now you're like, okay, where are you going to go? How long are you going to stand there until the guy starts flying at you? You don't know. So if he's a trained fighter, he's going to jab. And safe and powerful to hit throw, twirling on that back toe. Okay? So you have a couple options. Okay? Definitely don't stand on. You can lead them in. You know what I mean? Or you can say, as soon as you see those things go up, you want to move right in. Whatever. But definitely don't hang there too long. So we can work on two options, okay? As soon as you see those things come up, I want to work right on that enter. Okay? If I stay in the front, you know, this could make its way through. But if I'm extending properly, by the time this is coming forward, it's going to get redirected. If you come up for a side block, if he's quick, I'm coming up for a side block, this can still travel straight through. But if I'm extending, then the path will take a little bit of a, okay? I wouldn't go into the power hand as much, okay? But if you do, what I would do is I actually see the way, I always see this, I've never really done it. Where this hand comes up, if I can slip it this way, see where he's holding that hand? I'm going to put it into his own face. I'm sorry. Okay, I ended up with a couple of fingers on this. So, I'm not trained to, you know, so much. Okay? So as soon as I see that come up, and then from here, I'm going to take this up into his face. And then maybe... something to look at. Two ways, right, left. He's a right-handed fighter, he's going to have that left side forward. Okay? There's my jab, there's my technique. Go back to something we were at before. This is maybe a situation you're going to find. You do a Minage, enter, and cut. You might find him just like this. So what do? Is it over? Do you need to continue? You know what I'm saying? So I still have, you know, so I'm going to maybe nail it here, bring this, you know, I'm going to start to just go into your own routine of things. It depends, right? But, I mean, the thing is, you know, as a combat, fighting, it's not like just because somebody puts up that you're lost as an Aikido. It's just not true. So here I am. He has his hands up. We're going to just go right through the hand, right into the face. And then come straight through with the breathing hard, not like half-assed, I just did it. Maybe a technique that we were working on before. Move to the side again, take your pick. The idea is to move up and then you need control. Position 1. Position 2. Okay? Strike, strike. Okay? That's actually, so let's do that. I like that. Almost to the side. Okay? From here, when I turn my hip, this is going to be an elbow. In my case with him, to the back of the ear. Bang. Then I'm going to open up this way. And take the straight. I still have this. I can take him over into a panel and okay? But I like it because of the torquing motion of the hip. Okay? 1, 2, and then open up. Right? And that's going to be a back fist. That looks like a poking open. It's interesting, you can tell just before they strike. Just before. Right? You're going to make it's hard, obviously. Can we switch? Right. Strike. When I'm striking with my hip turn, I'm controlling this at the same time. I'm striking, I'm pulling this into my body so I have control. And then when I open up, really hard. So I'm pulling in, having a strike, and then I'm untwining back this way, which this will be a forearm or something to throat the face. Got it? See it from the same side? Here. One more time. I'm trying to slow down. I tend to actually hit people sometimes. I move in too quick. I get very much. Hey! 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 It's, you know, that's what we don't train like, but it's there. You understand what I'm saying? It's hard strikes and hits. There's the elbow. See it? Right? You guys already know how to do it. You're entering in, basic technique, strike, curling, strike on the back curl, follow through. You get 3 hits from an Aikidoist. Who's been training that like for years. Just no matter whether you're in or choose to pay attention to. Hip turn. Don't do this. Any side. It's not going to work out. It's not Aikido. Use what works for you. Understand? I'm doing the other side, but that's okay. Whatever. One, back. So your Taisabaki is basically enter, strike, uncurl, follow through. Okay? Strike comes in. Like entry, pivot, strike, uncurl back, follow through, strike. Right? When after the enter, elbows after the enter here. Okay? Remember, you're using a Rini Taisabaki, so my hips are coming in this direction, striking, and then see the way I'm curling. Now, if I just stand here and do this with my arm, not a lot of power. Sure. So it's not really, like a lot of karate guys go, and it's, they're striking well, they're the strikers, okay? We're not. And our power comes with circular dynamic motion. Here, so I'm coiled. Okay? I'm going to come a little bit forward and I'm going to uncoil. See the snap from here. I'm throwing my hand out there. But it just so happens to be attached, so it's going to glide. See what I'm saying? Nice and tight. Make this heavy. If I just go. Okay. So there's 2 ways. Straight into the face and jaw, or if we're really low and I want to come up and then straight. And it's all in one uncoiling twist. That's what your power's coming. The straight and controlling. I'm just pressing the forearm into my belly. Now I'm turning. Now when I uncoil, I'm just going to come 1 and then finish the movement. That's where your power comes from. That's the way you should train this technique. Because if you're just getting the arm movements, that's great. But without this, you're not going to be very effective. You piss off a big guy. Really, they'll be. See, I told you Aikido. Right? And you're hitting where? On the back. You're hitting either nose or under the chin. And then this way you're coming either hand blade on the trachea or forearm across the neck. Depends on what you see. It's going to be accurate and quick. It's going to be a pain. You just can't come blinding like it just doesn't do anything. I'm coming either here at the back, here or here, or I'm coming up underneath. And then on the second strike, I'm either hand blade here or forearm palm up, cross, drop the center. Understand? That's what you have to do to be effective. That's your Aikido in work. Now this is in transit. If I come to grab it this way, there's nothing bringing it off course. So if I'm coming at it this way, it's going to slip right through and make its contact. What I need is this. That's what you need. It's like you have a bow gun, you're coming straight from here, I get a bow gun, you're going to cut your arm right off my sword. Okay? That's what I'm saying. It's not like so much of I'm coming over to grab it this way. That doesn't work. I'm straight and straight. That's how you're going to see. And it can come from anywhere. I'm not worried about it. It's straight. It's going to be straight. This side. Slip it this way. See if you give a hole, it'll make its way through like a train. So you've got to redirect that. Say one last offensive thing, we'll go back to defense. For the sake of striking anyhow. lots of power generated up here. It doesn't matter what his stance is, okay? So you drop both hands on one side, okay? So I'm going to come unwinding from my, okay? 1, 2, okay? You ever see Jeff Sweetman do? He actually does the 1, 2 elbow, and then the sound effect's like, it's like 6 hits in like 0.1 seconds. It's movie stuff, but it's just a little bit of reality to it. So coming off 1 strike, 2 strikes, and you back strike this way, then you're going to slip right into the Urana. Okay? You can do it from both ends. 1, 2, 3. And then slip the Urana. Okay? These strikes are just right into place. Okay? So I'm coming back fist, maybe right into the mouth. This is coming like, I'm not, it's actually handle. I'm coming right to the jaw. Right to the jaw here. Okay? Right by. And then on the back end, I'm going to get one more this way as I slip the around. Okay? Work off just okay? 1, 2, 3, and wait around this way. Pretty easy?
Very easy.
Right, so knife attacks on the street. You gotta remember one thing in Aikido. We're attacking this way, we're attacking this way, and we're attacking this way. 3 attacks you might not see on the street, okay? When we blend with an arm coming this way, the elbow is in this configuration. The body will manipulate that way. When you're getting this, or a strike like this, that is much different than this. My balance is going to be broken that way. When I'm like this, is that a little bit different, right? My power's coming from here, not from here, right? So when someone converges and interacts with it, or what you do on the street, different effect, different feeling altogether, right? You have to keep this in mind. The most common thing you might see in a knife fight, okay, are, let's say 3, basic, okay? You're gonna get the guy who threatens and gives commands, okay? You're gonna get the guy who hides the knife, and then comes and he'll come in, quick stab, okay? And then you get someone who knows what they're doing, okay? Someone who can keep you off it, slicing quick, you know what I mean? Someone who's trained for it. Percentage-wise, the 3 most common things you might encounter, you know? Unless you get, wackos, which at that point, you test for Shihonage, whether there's a knife in the hand. It's so much of the difference. A little bit, not much. It's just a normal technique. Just get careful of what's going on, right? Knife attacks, though. You might not see this one too much on the street. You will see this one a lot. Alright? So let's deal with that one straight up. If it's going to come from the back. So your awareness to the rear is really important. Okay? What you don't want to do when he starts coming in is go for that hand, go for that knife. You get cut on the way. Don't worry about the hand, don't worry about the knife. 2 things you want to worry about. Move your body out of the way, and it's semi. Okay? If you don't have that option, the next best thing is get that elbow. Alright? You press it into his body. And now you stop that. So he's got to come in shaking hard. Just move, just get the elbow. That's what I want first. Alright? You don't want to go for that knife from the rear. You get me once, and then I turn around, he's coming in again. Grab that elbow. What can you do with the knife now? Right? From there, at least I can start to do something. Understand? If it's a knife situation and I get in this far, that's happening. I'm breaking it back. It's no doubt about it. So just come in shaking. I'm just going to move. Just get the elbow as quickly as I can. Get it down to the ground. It's messy. It's ugly, but here's the knife. Okay? It's no joke. But what I'm saying is that Aikido definitely didn't get diluted. It transformed into something new, sophisticated. It's a hard martial art to learn. It takes a long time. And in the long run, it's easy to see your martial skills kind of erode or become something else, what you may have thought they were, you know what I mean? Don't think that. You guys, just keep doing what you're doing. It's all there. You know, be confident in martial arts in your own right. Don't listen to the noise of what everyone else is saying. They just don't know. There's always somebody out on social media willing to bash this or bash that. And I admit, it does bother me, but you know what I do? I use it. I bring it to the mat and I train it out in my own massage. You know? And I say, you know, I beg to differ. We actually work very hard at what we do. And these skills are quite elegant and effective. You know? Everything from the way you do a sabori, the skill I get there, judges my hands, my distance, and my body movement, my rhythm, and my breathing. You know? To the way that we communicate with each other through kemi, and how I use my body with kemi. Tons of skill to be gained through your kemi. Just the way that you're able to communicate with how somebody's moving you, and you turn on a dime. You know what I mean? It's like, nobody else can really do that the way that we do. It's really special. There's a lot of powerful stuff there that you can use in other ways. I'll show that today. The kemi is to catch the body, not to fall. That's why everyone has such a hard time when they start to learn Aikido, because they think they're falling. They're not. That's why it looks so beautiful when we do it, because we're catching ourselves and we're becoming one with it, you know? It's a tough skill. It takes a long time, right? It's got to be something said for that. It's not just what we see and what other people see. Think about it, meditate about it. What can you use, right? That skill of catching the center is a lot of power in that. I use it all the time. Okay? Hey, thanks for your time and attention. Thank you very much.
You can shut the video.
This will be a forearm or something to throw the face. Got it? See it from the same side? Here. One more time. I'm trying to slow down. I tend to actually hit people sometimes. I move in too quick. I get rid of a bunch of. Hey! Hey! Good. Hey! It's, you know, that's what we don't train like, but it's there. You understand what I'm saying? It's hard strikes and hits. There's the elbow. See it? Right? You guys already know how to do it. You're entering in. Basic technique. Strike, curling. Strike on the back curl. Follow through. You get 3 hits. Of an Aikidoist. You know, who's been training that like for years. Just no matter whether you're in or choose to pay attention to. Hip turn. Don't do this. Any side. It's not going to work out. That's not Aikido. Use what works for